Welcome on board Narrowboat Business and to this beautiful space. Space. There's nothing like a nice bit of empty space. And in this space there is no measurement of time, there are no frontiers, and it's just there. And if you can connect with that space, you'll find something really wonderful. I drift through space, not beyond Jupiter, Mars or the stars. I cruise in this craft in the space of now, where we are. There is no mission, only just to be. In this life as we know it, I find my own way to be free. There are no final frontiers. Tears of fears turn to love. No attachments. There's nothing lost. famous music composer called Claude Debussy once said, "The music is the space between the notes." If you don't have space between the notes, all you get is a continuous chaotic noise. And that reminds me how important it is in life to immerse oneself in space, stillness. Because if you can find that space, you'll find that stillness is there. It's peaceful, it's still. You have the opportunity to clear your mind, declutter it, get rid of all that noise. Since coming to live on a narrowboat, everything for me has slowed down. One of the best teachings ever in my life. And that's come from not just being not just living on the boat, but from my connection with nature. I've had a fabulous few years now connecting with the outside world of nature and seeing all the beautiful scenery and wildlife. And I have actually slowed down my life. There's something about connecting with nature, in that space. There's something that is magical that really does sort of declutter your mind and clears it. I love waking up and looking out the window and seeing snow on the ground. And where I am, I'm 500 feet above sea level on the Canal. And in this particular spot, the view is incredible down the valley. And the other morning, the ground was covered in snow. And I watched the world wake up. From darkness came the light, and then came colour, a beautiful sunrise. It's always great to start the day with a beautiful sunrise such as that one. Would you like to see another sunrise? It's that time of the year. Let's give you a treat. It's a special episode, this one. So here you go. Here's another sunrise from the same location, but this time it was a frosty morning. Just a frost. There was no snow, but it was frosty. But it was wonderful. It's ourselves that a lot of the time create our own suffering. we get into the story of things, don't we? We get into the story, and it builds up and into a bigger story, and you can become paranoid, and you know, and all you're doing is creating your own stress. And when you create your own stress, especially on your body, not just the mind, is your immune system weakens. You know, so you're going to be more vulnerable to problems such as viruses, illness. And like that Claude Debussy was talking about, where he says about music is the space between the notes. When you think about it, you know, the crazy mind, when you're into that story, you know, imagine they're the notes in the mind, and you're not giving space, you're not finding the space. You lose that space completely, and you go off planet in a way, should we say. Even where I am now, I can still go into the story. I can still go there with the mind. Thankfully, I'm able to spot it a lot of the time, but sometimes, yeah, it even happens to me. But it's great having an understanding of how the mind works, how your own mind works, and looking at the stuff, you know, that you've never looked at before. Sometimes when you're in that space, things surface, and sometimes the things that you might normally don't want to go there, something from the past, you know. But when it does rise, it's good to look at it and see what it's about, you know, because once you can see what it is and sort of befriend it in a way, it could be a bad thing, but the idea is to befriend it. And once you make friends with that and you're okay with it, you can get on with your life. The space is always there. It's always there. But it's just about you trying to come back, be grounded and connect with that space again. And that's another thing. Once you're in that space, in that zone, I sometimes call it the isness. Like the boat is named the isness. The isness. And once you're there, you know, you can become creative. I find myself that when I'm in the zone, when I'm chilled out, and suddenly I'm just like wanting to film, I'm wanting to create, and the ideas come in, all these wonderful ideas come into my head from nowhere. To my death. And I get on with it and I just do it. And but you know, and then there's sometimes when it doesn't work. I can go a week where I do no filming at all. I just let the universe do what it needs to do. You know, I just let everything be, and my life is like, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Let's wait and see what happens. You know. And music as well, you know. I've started playing keyboard, the piano, and do you know, I've never played before, and I can't read music, but when I get into the zone, I get on the keyboard and I start playing, and I like this. All humans are unique. We have our own creative ways, and we all create masterpieces. Whatever we create, to ourselves it's a masterpiece. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. If I like it, it's good. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so, you know, this is why I think space is very important. And I talk about space as in, yes, a nice little space that you can have peace and quiet. It could be in nature, in the countryside, in woodland. It could be next to the river. It could be a stream. It could be on a mountaintop. It could be just on a hill. It could be on your balcony. Wherever you live, in a room, it could be a separate room where you feel nice and cozy, and maybe you've got the fire on, the candles lit. And you can discover that space. Many people find it through meditation. But for me, I believe life is a meditation anyway. It's just, you can meditate anywhere you want, even when you're walking, even when you're shopping. You can actually meditate. Meditation isn't all about just sitting down with your legs crossed in a lotus position, facing the ocean. It can be done anywhere. But it is nice if you've got a lovely location, obviously. At this time of the year, it's quite difficult for many people. I'm very lucky to be where I am and grateful to the universe for providing me with what I have, although it's not a lot as well. And so I'm grateful for where I am. So the space is always there. It's just a case that we've disconnected and we need to reconnect and find that space. I live most of my life moment by moment. I don't like schedules. I don't like planning. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. We never know. Yeah, honestly, it's so funny sometimes when you discover how your mind works. And it's like looking at someone else. You're actually discovering you, but it's like it's someone else. Seriously, So my journey has been about finding the true me, myself, who I am, and but it's been a great journey, and I'm grateful that I live on a narrowboat. What is my purpose in life? I've been trying to discover that. And, I don't know exactly what my purpose is, but I do know one thing that I'm finding that I feel good about, and that is that I'm doing these vlogs and people are coming back to me and saying, you're helping me through a bad time. So there's a purpose there for me for doing these vlogs, and that is driving me on. That's driving me on. If it's helping people out there, like yourself that's watching, maybe, if it's helping you, then that's brilliant. That's wonderful. Nowadays, I don't celebrate Christmas like I used to. I just feel that every day is a celebration. We can give presents any time of the year. Wherever you are, if you're on your own, you're with your family, however you're feeling, remember, like Brian Cox said, that we're just a little blip of light in the vast universe. Keep your light shining. Keep going. Keep doing. Find the space. Live long and prosper. Thank you for joining me on Narrowboat Business. I'll see you again very soon in the new year. Merry Christmas.